I'm just getting set up still. The Wi-Fi is very slow today. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, try one more time. Uja, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to be starting in just a minute. I had some, of course, a few technical difficulties. When it's cloudy weather, the Wi-Fi just is really cloudy. Okay. Okay, YouTube is not working today. Come on, YouTube. Okay, I'm just gonna have to let it go. Wow. Okay, well, no YouTube today. Okay. Alright, these headphones. Alright, well, Dua for tuning in. And this is a new series that I'm beginning. I haven't done the Ancient African Adorations concerts in a while. And I've decided to tune into the Temple of Amun calendar. They put out a lovely calendar. And for September, I'm going to tune in as much as possible. So as I put in the post tonight, well, the 14th, is the ancient Egyptian ceremony of lighting the fire in honor of the dead. And so the offerings for this ceremony are going to be from the Pert M Heru, which is a collection of writings or spells or ceremonies to be performed when a person is transitioning. And they're also to be recited for us because if our consciousness is like a dead person, then these are music or rituals that can be used to awaken us and bring us to our enlightenment. So I'm going to begin. Usually when you recite from the Pert M Heru, you're instructed to offer chants, a couple of chants. And when I'm, on a time constraint, I've combined them into one chant. So usually I recite 3 chants, and today I'm going to combine them into one chant. And so the Neters in this chant are Neberdher, Kheora, and Asar. Traditionally, we're instructed to recite a chant for Kheora and Asar. And at the Asmataji temple, we also add Neberdher. And Neberdher is the all-encompassing, all-embracing divinity that is all, is in all, and is in all of us. And then Kheora is the deity that gives birth to creation, that is the creator of creation. And Ra is the creation itself. And then, of course, Asar is Neberdher as the soul, or the human that's moved on to the soul. So here we go. Om Neberdher Kheora Asar. Om Neberdher Kheora Asar. Om Neberdher Kheora Asar. Om Neberdher Kheora Asar. Om Neberdher Kheora Capital Sorrow. Om Neberdher 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 Capital Sorrow. Realized why I couldn't find my water is I had put the camera up against my water. Okay. So we're also instructed to choose passages from the Pert M Heru that we would like to be recited at our passing, at our transition. And so sharing with you some of the passages that I've chosen for my passing. And I've told my daughter where to find them. It's not going to be anytime soon, but I'd still like them to know. Oh, okay. All right. So the next offering is from chapter 1. Okay, well, first of all, when you're studying the Pert M Heru, you got to know that every person that puts together a collection. They like have the chapters numbered differently. So I guess in one version of this Pert M Heru it's chapter 19, but in this version by Dr. Ashby it's chapter 1 part 2. And this is a chant that I wanted to sing for my parents when they made their transition, but I didn't. Oh, it's hard for this. I didn't have it together, and then afterwards, it came through. Let me get my drum. Sorry. Okay. And I don't have a page turner for the lyrics, so I'm gonna be pausing to get to the next section. Gonna have to get someone to come do the page turner. Maybe I should read the translation first. That helps. Right. Uh-oh, I guess you can't see me when I have the lyrics there. Sorry. That means I'm going to have to rearrange this camera too. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's a little crooked, but... Okay, that's better. Okay. Oh, you... I'm going to read it straight from the book because that copy is not very clear. Just bear with me here. Chapter 1. Part 2. Okay. Here it is. Okay. Chapter 1, Part 2. Hail, ye great, ye gods and goddesses, who cause perfected souls to go into the house of Asar. Allow the soul of the followers of Asar, which is formed in the righteous, free from all wrongdoing, wrong thinking. Oops, that's the end. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Chapter 1, Part 1. It's not where... Yeah, that's the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Which is found to be righteous and free from all wrongdoing, wrong thinking, and wrong speaking, who is already one with Asar to enter into Asar's house. Let him her hear as you hear. May he, she hear the things that you can see. Let him, her stand up as you stand up, and may he, she sit as you sit. O ye exalted ones, who give food and drink to the perfected souls who dwell in the house of Asar. Give food and drink to this Asar, whose heart is pure and vindicated before the gods and goddesses, and before you as well. Hail to you who open the ways and roads to spiritual fulfillment for the perfected souls who dwell in the house of Asar. Open up a way for Asar. Open up a road for this soul of Asar, who is righteous with you. May this Asar enter into the house of Asar with fearlessness, and may Asar come forth with contentment. May there be no opposition to Asar, and let there not be any repulsion to the Asar from that place. May this soul go in with the favor of Asar, the Supreme One, and may it come forth with gladness at being accepted as being truthful, honorable, and just in the sight of God. Having been accepted in the house of God and becoming one with God, let the commands of Asar be performed in the house of Asar. May the commands of this soul be effective as those of God are effective. May this spirit be glorified along with yours, God's, and may there be found no fault of any kind in the soul of Asar. So let the balanced scales of justice be cleared, and may the trial of Asar be ended. And anytime when you say Asar and reading from the Pert M Heru, it refers to you. So when you hear me sing Asar, then you can either say your name out loud or just know that it's the intention is being made for you. Okay. How's it can he buy you? Binku and Parasar. Zekin ten baker. Kheora Asar. Seshani Makeru. Hinatin and Parasar. Sedjem-f Ten. Maketi Maatin. Shop, I have me a Ten. Hence have me hymns 10. I'll Djehuty Hikaru, and by you make her Asar. Ditin ta Hikaru, etayu and barin Asar. Ani Makeru, Ker Neteru, Nebu Abdu, Makeru Hinatin. I'll and you, what weapon you, Matanu, what in by you, Minku and Parasar. Unar F10, Wepwapu RF10, Matanu Wepu, in by an Asar. Sesh Hesh, Niter Hetepu. Neteru Nebu, Ani Hinatin. Akafim din perim, Hetepu and Parasar. Ankasef Hetepu and Parasar. Anshanar Akef. Hetu Peru F, Mery, Makeru F, Aru, Udetu F, Imparasar. Shefavet Metetev, Shemef Metetev Hinaten, Akef Hev Hinaten. Anke matune, emayu makachisheti imsepef, Sedjem-f Ten, maaf me maten, AF in maten, hinsef me hymns 10. So that again is a song called Sedjem-f Ten, and it's a reading from the Pert M Heru that's offered. It's supposed to be a time of celebration, not all sadness and loss and heartache, but it's to celebrate the person's trials are over, that they're able to move forward. They've done their work, they've cleansed their RU, able to move forward. And it's also an offering for us in our daily life, that obstacles in our life are removed and we're allowed to travel forward in life free of, encumbrance. And of course, I forgot to, chapter 1, part 2, okay? And the next one I'm going to offer, that's the one I was looking for, is from chapter 9. And here we go. And this is an offering that someone in the temple group had, one of their family members had made their transition, and I had the wonderful opportunity to put chapter 9 to music. And the first part I offered at the beginning, Neberdher Kheora Asar Om. And the second part from chapter 9, the chapter for repulsing Apep, who is the embodiment of evil. And let's see if I can show you the picture. Chapter 9, 7. There we go. There's the one for chapter 9. Shows the 3 deities. If I get it closer, so I'm not using this. There we go. And the image represents the initiate holding 3 divine standards: the ibis, the hawk, and the bull. And of course, the ibis represents Djehuty, the hawk is Heru, and the bull is Asar. Djehuty is the cosmic mind of the divine intelligence, the intelligence of Ra, of Kheora, of Neberdher. And Heru represents the spiritual aspiration, and Asar Amun represents the eternal soul. And again, when you hear the phrase Asar followed by a little pause, that's time for you to insert your name. Asar, speak now to Apep. You are the evil of unrighteousness, which strikes like a serpent and thereby draws human beings to their ruin. Listen, I have lived a righteous life, and I have discovered my greatness. I am not like one of those weak people who are powerless against your schemes and tricks of temptation and delusion. Your poison of desire, falsehood, hatred, and fear cannot enter me, for I am so subtle due to my purity that I am as if hidden from you like Amun, the hidden spirit which pervades all. I am beyond your grasp because I am one with God. I am the single one who is in the primeval waters of creation. Thus my essence is that of the gods and goddesses. I am the same God, the Supreme One, who has a myriad of mysterious names. I am the God who depends on nothing but on whom all depends. I am the God who made this creation and who dwells there for millions of years. I was born of Temu, the first divinity that came into existence. I know this. I am one possessing the knowledge of the innermost truth. All right. So in this Hekau, I'll be honoring Djehuty, Heru, Asar, and Amun. Let's see if I remember the melody for this. Djehuty, From chapter 9 of Pert M Heru, and this is the edition that I'm working with. It's compiled by Dr. Maati Ashby and edited by Dr. Kheora and Ashby, Sedjem-f Ten. And they advise us, you know, if something gets you down, you can have your box of tissues and your handkerchief, and you have your Pert M Heru. What is it? Your tissues in one hand and your Pert M Heru in the other hand. And I assure you, for whatever ails you, you'll find some guidance or wisdom or healing in this these books here. Right? Okay, so the final offering for today. And these are tunes that are going to be recorded and presented soon. I keep saying soon, don't I? No, but really soon, very soon. I'm going to get to the recording of this wonderful wisdom, because personally, I can read the teachings and the writings. However, when I put them to music and I'm singing them on a daily basis, then they just get absorbed in me physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and musically. And musically is where it gets me the strongest. Alright, so this passage is from Pert M Heru, chapter 4, part 1. And chapter 4 is one of the longest chapters in the book. And I'm not sure if this is the entire, yeah, there's more than one part to chapter 4. Okay, so before I begin, this one's all in English, so I don't have to read the translation first. And the name of this section is Where Do Sin and Negativity Come From? Because I know a lot of people are wondering, how can someone be so evil, or how can they do that, or even when we have like a negative thought, you know, like it just seems to pop into, well, I'm speaking for myself, popped into my consciousness. And it could be coming from events going on in my environment. It could be coming on from something that I ate or that I didn't eat. I could be hangry, you know, hungry and angry, hangry. It could be from my REU. More than likely it's from our REU, which is, it's like a vessel, our heart, a vessel contained in our heart. And the symbol for the heart is indeed a vessel. It's a container for the REU. And REU are impressions from our past lives. It could even be from our ancestors. Or it could be our impressions, our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, emotions. All of these things are stored in our REU. And we're in our life in this moment to cleanse our REU and live in such a way that we don't have to reincarnate. So sometimes we ask, where do sin and negativity come from? And the Pert M Heru already has an answer for us. Where do sin and negativity come from? Where does sin and negativity come from? Is it something that we create? Is it the way that we vibrate? Is it the way that we relate? Is it the way we radiate? What determines the actions of a lifetime? What habits do we carry forth from past lifetimes? You are not a mortal being. You are an eternal soul, traveling through lifetimes. Wandering through physicality, taking birth again and again, seeking happiness and peace through lifetimes. You must remember here and now that your present efforts can overcome any and all negative REU. When you apply yourself with earnestness and resolve to become fully established in virtue, you must decide to dedicate your life to facing all shades of vice and negativity within you. Never fall back onto the path of ignorance, which leads to painful and sorrowful existence for you. The search has led you through countless lifetimes. You've experienced adversity and prosperity, degrees of sinfulness and virtuosity, negative thoughts from past lifetimes will lead you to more negativity in this lifetime. Where do sin and negativity come from? Where do sin and negativity come from? Is it something that we ate? Is it something we can eradicate? Is it something innate? Is it something we can transmutate? You've got spiritual amnesia, wandering through lifetimes with cold soul wandering travelers, all seeking happiness and peace. You forgot you are eternal, now a prisoner of society. Where money rules the masses and the delusion of ignorance reigns supreme. The conditioned self-hatred leaves to lifetimes of misery. In the true you there is no badness. In the deepest part of you there is only gladness. Your soul is pure and full of love, waiting to be discovered. But your ego is like a blanket of dust, keeping your light from shining through. With virtue, the dust of ignorance is removed from you. Then you can discover the treasure within your own heart, like all other hearts, is clamoring for freedom from ignorance and fear. This is where sin and negativity comes from. This is where sin and negativity comes from. Where does sin and negativity come from? It comes from within you and me. It comes from where we used to be. It comes from within you and me. It comes from who we used to be. It comes from within you and me. It comes from where we used to be. It comes from who we used to be. It comes from who we used to be. It comes from where we used to be. It comes from who we used to be. It comes from where we used to be. All right. Dua and Hotep, to those of you who tuned in and stay tuned in, I'm so grateful for your presence. I'm grateful for this musical gift that comes through me, these offerings. I'm so grateful for these wisdom teachings. I'm grateful for the studies that I've done with Chaoter and Sema Institute. I'm grateful for all the experiences I've had since I've been on this comedic musical journey. And let's see, my Kemetic name, Arit, means offering. Arit Neter es Mery Maati is she who makes musical offerings to her tutelary, beloved by the dual goddesses of Maat, and the dual goddesses of Maat are Aset and Neberdher. And they make the caduceus, the double spiral. That's our DNA. They're the twin brides of Asar. And there's so much more we could share about that. However, that's what I have for you today in honor of the holiday on this wonderful calendar available from the Temple of Amun. Let me show it up here again. I think they release it at the winter solstice around the time of Syria's culmination, January 1st. And it has the holidays that go along with this practice. So for September, it was this beautiful illustration of Kheora, Ra, and Ratem, just like we were talking about earlier. And the holiday for today is the ancient Egyptian ceremony of lighting the fire in honor of the dead. So that's why I chose to bring forth teachings from the Pert M Heru. Dua aspirant. I know it's Sept. I don't remember the rest of it. I think it's Sept Hotep, but I'm not sure. Basuranda. Dua for tuning in. And like I said, I'm going to do my best to keep up with this calendar. In honor of the new moons and the celestial events, I'll be doing the horoscopes offerings. And then the next holiday on this calendar is Friday, September 18th. So I'll be back with another edition of Ancient African Adorations with devotion to Neteru. Okay? And if you have any requests, send them to me. If there's a passage you're familiar with that you'd like to be put to music, please send it my way. Dua Hotep. And for those of you watching this replay on YouTube, I sincerely apologize. I'm having a lot of trouble with going live on YouTube. I'm not sure what that is about, but I'm going to get that resolved by the 17th. And if I can't get it resolved, then you'll have to join me on the other apps to go live and then watch the replay on YouTube. Alright? Dua Hotep. If I haven't said so already, I don't think I did. Today is an excellent day to make offerings to your ancestors, to the Neteru, and to your ancestors as well. Hotep. Oh, I'm using the computer. And for those of you who joined in right towards the end, I will be posting the replays on Instagram and YouTube, so you can catch it there. Dua Hotep.